Inflammation. It's your body's natural defense and healing response. But when it becomes chronic, it turns from helpful to harmful, leading to tissue damage, pain, and even life-threatening diseases. The real danger isn't always the virus or bacteria. It's often our body's overreaction to them that causes the most damage. Think about a cytokine storm. It's not the virus destroying your lungs, it's your immune system's hyper-inflammatory response. That's why doctors often use prednisone, a synthetic cortisol, to calm things down. But what if we could understand and control inflammation before it reaches that point? Autoimmune disorders like Crohn's, rheumatoid arthritis, and even alopecia are all rooted in one thing: chronic inflammation. If you reduce the inflammation, you often reduce the symptoms. Old injuries can also leave behind long-term inflammation, causing scar tissue, stiffness, and chronic pain. I've personally dealt with this in my elbow, back, and ankles from past injuries. Now consider this: the world's top-selling drug is Humira, a medication for inflammation. That tells us something. A massive number of people are dealing with inflammation-related issues every day. Here's a fascinating and critical concept: inflammatory oncotaxis. It describes how cancer cells are attracted to areas of chronic inflammation or mechanical injury. For example, if you've had recurring inflammation in your colon, your lungs from smoking, your arteries from a high-carb diet, or even breast tissue from injury, those areas can become magnets for cancer. This means chronic inflammation isn't just painful, it may actually guide cancer to specific tissues. That's a game changer in how we think about cancer prevention. Cause number 1, cortisol imbalance. Cortisol is your body's main anti-inflammatory hormone, but too much cortisol, caused by prolonged stress, can lead to cortisol resistance, where your body no longer responds properly to it. So even though cortisol is circulating, it's not working effectively. It's just like insulin resistance in diabetes. The hormone is there, but it's not doing its job. Conditions that end in itis, bursitis, arthritis, tendinitis often involve low cortisol activity, even if cortisol levels are high. The solution? Not always more cortisol. Instead, vitamin D, a hormone, not just a vitamin, can mimic cortisol's effects. High doses, 10,000 to 40,000 IUs of vitamin D, have shown powerful anti-inflammatory benefits. Cause number 2, allergies and sensitivities. Allergies, whether to food, the environment, or even your own tissues, trigger inflammation. Dairy, gluten, or food sensitivities can inflame the digestive tract. Seasonal allergies can inflame your sinuses and lungs. Poison ivy, that's inflammation from environmental exposure. Then there are autoimmune conditions, which are essentially allergies to your own body. Your immune system mistakenly targets your thyroid, like in Hashimoto's connective tissue, like in lupus, or myelin sheath, as in multiple sclerosis. And again, what's the go-to treatment? Prednisone or Humira, both anti-inflammatory, but suppressing the immune system comes at a cost. Yes, inflammation stops, but so does your defense. You become vulnerable to infections and more serious issues. Cause number 3, hidden or chronic infections. Acute infections usually come and go, but chronic infections like Epstein-Barr virus or Lyme disease can go dormant and then flare up under stress. These latent infections keep your immune system on edge, leading to persistent inflammation. This tells us something important. Your overall health and stress levels play a massive role in keeping these infections in check. Strengthen your immune system, and you reduce these flare-ups. Cause number 4, gut inflammation. Your gut is ground zero for inflammation. Conditions like ulcers, gastritis, IBS, and even autoimmune gut issues often start with inflammatory foods or imbalances in the gut flora. Common culprits: omega-6 rich seed oils like soybean, canola, and cottonseed oil, found in processed foods everywhere. Constipation can also cause internal toxicity and inflammation. Antibiotics: they destroy your good gut bacteria, leading to a pro-inflammatory environment. Without the right microbes, your body loses a critical defense line, and inflammation takes hold. Chronic inflammation is at the root of countless health issues. Whether it's autoimmune disease, old injuries, gut problems, or even cancer, it all circles back to an overactive immune response. But here's the good news. By addressing cortisol resistance, reducing inflammatory foods, healing your gut, managing allergies, and boosting vitamin D, you can take real steps to calm your immune system, reduce inflammation, and protect your long-term health. Allergies and autoimmune diseases are often linked to gut inflammation. One of the most effective foods for soothing the gut is cabbage. It contains unique compounds that help calm inflammation in the digestive tract. It's also relatively easy to digest, especially in fermented forms like sauerkraut or kimchi. Even raw cabbage or coleslaw can be beneficial for those dealing with gastritis, ulcers, or general gut inflammation. Another powerful remedy is wheatgrass juice or wheatgrass powder. The chlorophyll and phytonutrients in wheatgrass support the healing of the internal lining from the throat to the stomach, small intestine, and colon. Interestingly, although wheat contains gluten, wheatgrass juice doesn't. It's harvested before the seed, which contains gluten, develops, making it safe and highly therapeutic. In contrast, consuming wheat can worsen intestinal damage. Zinc L-carnosine is also a potent remedy for gut issues, especially ulcers and gastritis. This specific form of zinc is particularly soothing and restorative to the digestive lining. One of the biggest drivers of inflammation, and possibly the most common, is glucose, sugar, and the refined carbs that convert to sugar in the body. Elevated glucose damages the thin, one-cell-thick lining of your blood vessels, causing inflammation. Your body responds by forming clots or plaques composed of cholesterol, protein, and calcium. This process contributes to arterial calcification, heart attacks, and strokes. It can also impair blood flow to the eyes, leading to retinopathy, cataracts, and macular degeneration, or to the nerves, causing peripheral neuropathy, tingling, or numbness. High blood sugar also inflames the kidneys and brain. High glucose raises insulin levels, and over time, the body becomes resistant to insulin. In response, it produces even more insulin, which further drives inflammation. This makes the standard high-carb diet a major cause of chronic inflammation throughout the body. But it's not just sugar. Frequent eating also triggers insulin release. Even if you're eating healthy snacks all day, you're repeatedly activating insulin. This is why intermittent fasting, alongside a low-carb diet, is essential for reducing inflammation. Interestingly, your own fat cells can become a source of inflammation. They produce pro-inflammatory cytokines, which not only increase inflammation, but can also worsen insulin resistance. It's a two-way street. Insulin resistance causes inflammation, and inflammation worsens insulin resistance, creating a vicious cycle. Old injuries are another overlooked source of chronic inflammation. If you're dealing with arthritis or long-term stiffness from past trauma, reducing glucose and carbs is critical. Otherwise, no amount of turmeric or vitamin D will fully resolve the problem. Many people turn to supplements like fish oil, hoping for relief, but unless the root cause, often diet, is addressed, the issue persists. Another hidden cause of inflammation is sluggish bile ducts. These small tubes connect your liver, gallbladder, and small intestine. When bile becomes thick or sludgy, sometimes forming stones, it can lead to right-sided pain and inflammation. This is often due to a lack of bile salts. A simple and effective solution is to take purified bile salts. Another excellent option is TUDCA, tauroursodeoxycholic acid, which helps thin the bile and improve its flow. Many patients have experienced significant pain relief using this approach. Low vitamin D levels are a direct contributor to inflammation. Vitamin D is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories. Deficiency is extremely common and is associated with pain in the lower back, joints, and bones. This is also why vitamin D plays a role in cancer prevention. It reduces systemic inflammation. In people in remission, lingering inflammation can reactivate cancer, so reducing inflammation is a key survival strategy. Another major contributor is an imbalance of fatty acids, too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3. Omega-3s, found in fatty fish, cod liver oil, and sardines, help control inflammation. Some people who fast without supplementing omega-3s may develop inflammation. That's why, during extended fasts, it's crucial to take electrolytes, B vitamins, and omega-3s. These essential fatty acids must come from your diet because your body can't produce them. The modern diet is overloaded with omega-6s from seed oils, soy, corn, cottonseed, canola, commonly found in fast food and even restaurant meals. Always check what oils are used when eating out and read ingredient labels on salad dressings. Even organic products can contain inflammatory seed oils. Opt for dressings made with olive or avocado oil instead. Environmental toxins also contribute to inflammation. These include plastic chemicals, silicone from implants, and a vast array of other everyday pollutants. They accumulate in the body, subtly driving chronic inflammation. It's worth repeating. Frequent eating, especially high-carb or sugary foods, keeps insulin levels elevated and inflammation active. One of the most effective strategies for managing inflammation is adopting a healthy low-carb diet and incorporating intermittent fasting. This approach not only reduces insulin, but also floods the body with nutrients from quality foods like cruciferous vegetables and leafy greens, which are loaded with antioxidants and phytonutrients. Antioxidants help neutralize the free radicals that come with inflammation. While you can get them from food, your body also produces its own antioxidant networks, and fasting helps stimulate that production. On the flip side, frequent eating can suppress your body's antioxidant defense system. Too much iron is another problem. Your body needs iron in small amounts and has no natural way to eliminate excess. During infections, the body locks up iron to prevent pathogens from using it, which is why anemia can occur. Some people dealing with post-viral fatigue, like after COVID, might benefit from small amounts of iron, but in general, too much iron leads to liver damage, scarring, and inflammation. Avoid iron-heavy supplements unless medically necessary. Many popular multivitamins use low-quality, poorly absorbed forms of iron, and iron is often added to processed grains. In fact, some breakfast cereals are so fortified you can extract iron with a magnet, a sign that it's the wrong kind of iron for your body. Now that you understand the root causes of inflammation, here's what to do. 1. Prioritize vitamin D. Take at least 10,000 IU daily, more if inflammation is chronic. Pair it with vitamin K2, 100 mcg per 10,000 IU of D3, to prevent calcium buildup in the arteries. 2. Avoid allergens. Eliminate foods and environmental triggers that inflame your body. Fasting can help reduce or even eliminate allergy symptoms by strengthening the immune system. 3. Address chronic infections. Support your immune system with whole food vitamin C, regular vitamin D, and natural antimicrobials like garlic, thyme, and oregano oil. 4. Soothe the gut. Use zinc L-carnosine for healing ulcers and gastritis. 5. Support heart health. Take vitamin E in the form of tocotrienols, not tocopherols, to reduce inflammation in the arteries and liver. 6. Commit to a low-carb diet and intermittent fasting. This is your most powerful tool against chronic inflammation. 7. Use herbal anti-inflammatories. Turmeric from a trusted source and stinging nettle root are both effective. High-quality turmeric is especially potent when fresh and minimally processed. 8. Support bile flow. If you experience right-sided discomfort, consider purified bile salts or TUDCA to help clear sludge and reduce inflammation in the bile ducts and gallbladder. 9. Balance fatty acids. Increase omega-3 intake and reduce omega-6s from seed oils. 10. Be cautious with iron. Avoid iron-fortified foods and low-quality supplements unless you have a proven deficiency. Now that you've got a solid foundation in understanding inflammation, you're ready to learn practical techniques to start relieving pain right away. Leave a comment of your experience in the comment section and subscribe so you don't miss me next time.